Earbuds that fit on your ear, not in your ear. Let's check them out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out these. These are the 1MORE S70 Open Ear Headphones, and I really like these. They're really cool because when you put them on, this goes behind your ear, this goes on your ear. So there's nothing that actually goes into your ear. So you have complete access and can hear everything around you, which is particularly important if you're doing outdoor sports. And you're still getting really nice music reproduction, and no one around you can hear it because it's pointing into your ear. And really interesting physics. You can see in this close-up how it sits on top of my ear. So it's not blocking my ear canal at all. And the audio quality is surprisingly good. These open ear designs have come a really long way in the last 5 years or so. And if you've tried one of these, I don't know, 5 or 10 years ago, you were just like, well, there's not much audio, but I guess it's better than nothing. But it's come a long way. They are so much better. And super easy to work with. It has a travel case, and you just take them out, and again, it is that same design. I just put it behind my ear and then turn it back until it basically won't rotate back any further, and I'm good to go. I've got both of these in. They feature dual titanium drivers with diamond flex diaphragms, and they have what 1MORE calls their Balance Air Plus design. And the idea is that there's actually 3 points holding the weight, so they really feel like you have nothing on or in your ears. They are extraordinarily light. In fact, they're so light that each unit is 8.7 grams, or less than half an ounce. So honestly, you could wear these all day and not know. And since they're paired with my iPhone, I will just play some. I'm playing some Kate Bush. I've been going through some of her older catalog. Really, really love Kate Bush, but it's also really well engineered audio, so it's a really fun listening experience. Now, back to the units. I'll come back to the sound in a bit. So multi-point Bluetooth 5.3. There's even an experimental mode that they have through the app where you can listen to 2 sources simultaneously, which is a little weird. I guess if you want background music while you're on a phone call or something, then you could do that. They are IPX5 waterproof, water resistant. They're certainly waterproof enough that you can wear them while you go for a bike ride in the snow or in the rain. I live in Boulder, Colorado. There are lots of people that ride their bikes in the snow. I don't understand it, but that's just how it is. Each individual earpiece has a 12-hour charge, and then you put them in the case, and it gives you more charge like that. And a total 40 hours of playback, and 5 minutes of charge will give me 2 more hours of playback. So it's super easy to work with. The case is a little bit bigger than normal, but it's also thinner, and it's a very elegant design with a transparent window in the front and USB-C for charging in the back. And no surprise, it comes with a very small USB-C to USB-A charging cable along with instructions. But it turns out you don't really need the instructions because the app includes all sorts of useful features. So before we get to the app, however, I'm going to put this back in, or on I should say, and it includes 4 ENC or environmental noise canceling microphones powered by AI, and you're going to hear me say that a lot over the next few years because every product's going to have that. But I thought one fun demo would be, let's hear how they pick up audio. So I'm going to come over to voice memos, and what you're hearing now is my voice as picked up by the 1MORE S70 Open Ear Headphones. And it does a surprisingly good job. I'm just talking at a normal volume, and this would be very easy to be on a phone call or a Zoom call or something, and you get all the benefits of really good audio pickup and really good audio playback, and you can still hear the environment around you, which in many cases is a very important thing. Now, let me switch back. So I'm back on my regular microphone, and super easy demo. Now let's check out this app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn on screen recording, and then we'll go into the 1MORE app, and they've done a nice job with it. It's not necessarily the most featureful application, but it certainly gives us everything we need. So you can see I have two different 1MORE devices paired with the app. These are the S70, so I'll choose them. You can, in the app, choose the color because they come in black or white, so you want to get your app icons to match your product, which seems reasonable. And it shows you charge levels, and it has built-in EQ. So I've been leaving it at studio, but it's very easy to switch it to one of these other 5 settings, which makes it easy. And then in terms of custom settings is probably the best way to simply see what tap sequences get me what results, so you can learn how to better use these. Only one I worry about is the double tap gives me pause play, which is very helpful. And then shortcuts, you can actually have, they only have one, but maybe there are more coming down the road, but you can switch it into low latency mode if you're into gaming, or if you're watching a video and you're starting to notice that it's slightly out of sync, then you can go into low latency and you'll be more in sync with the audio and the video. Now, I didn't notice any issues when I was watching a couple of videos on my phone, but you might be different, and that's okay. So then we can get into actual settings, and probably the most important setting here is the firmware upgrade. The first thing I had to do when I pulled these out of the box was do a firmware upgrade, which was easy enough. And then there's the product color. You'll want to go and turn off ads, so the next time you start the app, you don't have to see a 1MORE advertisement. I really appreciate that they offer that option. And then here's that experimental dual device connection if you want to play around with that. And then the other thing I wanted to show you was the quick guide to product. So this is just an easy way to remind you of how to actually use this device. And between all of these features, I feel like they've done a really good job of giving you the key functionality in the app, along with reminders of how to do important things. So that's most everything that I have. So let's talk about the sound. Now, it is absolutely the case that if you're in a noisy environment, this does nothing to eliminate any of that noise. So if you are at a ball game and you're trying to listen to the radio or something, then you're still going to have the competition of all the people cheering and yelling and screaming and all the conversations around you. If you're at a concert, if you're on a commute, these are the opposite of active noise canceling. In fact, their design is to make sure you can still hear what's going on around you. If you're going for a jog down the street, you want to hear when there's a car behind you, or when there's someone on a bicycle saying, "On your left," or something. So that's exactly where these are so great. Which brings us to, what does it actually sound like? And I'll say I was favorably impressed. I think, as I said at the beginning, these companies are really understanding a lot more about the sort of physics and acoustics of ears and hearing and open ear designs and stuff, and the sound will surprise you. It's extremely listenable. It's very enjoyable. There's not a huge sound stage. This is not an audiophile product. It's not intended to be an audiophile product. This is not something that you're going to wear instead of your $700 headphones. But you don't want to go for a jog with your $700 headphones either. So in that regard, these are really nice. And by the way, Bluetooth 5.3, not sure I mentioned which version of Bluetooth. Some people are really interested in that. But all in all, I really like these. I think the sound is really good. I really like the design, so I can hear everything around me, and with a double tap I can stop the music, but I don't have to take anything out of my ears. I don't have to take my headphones off. It's very, very elegant. And I actually really kind of like the design of their charging case, because it's just small and sleek, and there's a nice light inside that gives you some feedback on if it still needs charging, if they're charging when you put them in, all this sort of stuff. And I'll also give them props. 1MORE did a really nice job of making sure you could see all of the shipping stickers and plastic that you need to take off for them to work properly. There are so many companies where I'll get a product from them and it will have plastic over the charging points or something, and it's almost impossible to see that it's there, so you just sort of claw at it and hope for the best. But they did a really nice job of having little colored tabs that weren't sticky, that made it super easy to lift it off on the earpieces, on the case, you know, around the case and everything. It really sort of produced a really nice user experience pulling it out of the box. So that is pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I've talked about the weight and the comfort. These are one of the most comfortable earphones, headphones that I've experienced. I mean, absolutely, you could wear these all day and you would never even realize. You would stop thinking about them being on your ears in just a few seconds. Very, very well done. Now, I am going to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to get notifications of my new content, and give me a thumbs up if you found this of value. Of course, I hope you did. Now, these, let me put one of them in the case. Let's see, that would be there. So, these are the 1MORE S70 Open Ear Headphones, and they are $129.99, currently discounted down to $99.99 at Amazon.com. And that is a pretty darn good price. Remember, if you know someone who does outdoor physical activity, gardening, running, bicycling, walking, hiking, and they listen to music and you kind of worry that maybe they can't hear what's going on around them and that might be a safety issue, these are a beautiful solution where they're going to have great sound whether they listen to music or podcasts or audiobooks or talk on the phone with someone, and they're going to be able to hear their environment, and that's going to make them or you a safer person. That's pretty important. So that's everything I got. I hope you enjoyed this and found it of value, and I hope to catch you in my next video.